Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again. Welcome one more time to the one and only. Oh my goodness, this is the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It's being seen on Facebook, it's being seen on YouTube, on all my channels. It's being seen and heard live right now as we speak on the Sports Empire network page. What is going on? Let me see what's going on here. There we go. It's being seen and heard, being heard live now on Podbean as well. It's being heard on all the Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, being heard pretty much on LinkedIn. It's being heard. It's everywhere. Yeah, I can't keep up with all this stuff as I've kind of progressed over the years here. Just try to find me if you listen to this replay. I'm here. You ought to check me out live sometime, and some people are right now on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to do that, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is simply The Big Time Show. It's another one on there, but you need to look at the videos and see. I got to do something about that. Somebody got my name. I don't like it. I got to handle that. I'm going to do that kind of like Robert style, working on that once I get off with you guys on today. I am big time. Nobody else is me. Yeah. So I'm going to try to fix that. What's going on, everybody, on this Saturday? Today is going to be kind of an interactive show. I'm going to be feeding off of what you guys say. What's up, Donald? I don't know where you been, man. I see you, Donald. Hey, welcome back. He says it's been a while since you've been here. I'm glad to have you back, man. What's going on? Let's talk some Cowboy talk today. What's going on Podbean as well? I'm sorry, let me see if somebody's there. Hello, yeah. Can't pronounce your name, but there it is. Hey, what's going on? To those that are watching right now that are not speaking, what is wrong with y'all? I need to see who in here with me. Say hello. What's up, Coach? I see Coach Marv in the building. What's going on? Let's talk a little bit of Cowboy talk. Go ahead and as we talk, I invite you to what's up, Mr. Burns? What's going on, man? Good to see you. As we talk, I want to see what you guys are thinking as we talk. So please do not hesitate on commenting in the chat box. I would appreciate it. It adds to the show. I think I am going to open up. Hey, Shane, what's up, man? I'm going to probably open up the lines. I may open it up. So don't kill me if I don't today. That's why I say go ahead and make sure today that you put in your comments in the chat box. Let me ask all of you that are commenting and those that are watching now, if you are a Cowboy fan. Now, if you're not a Cowboy fan, I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm strictly talking to my Cowboy fans, and that's it. Talk to me, Cowboy fans. How are you guys feeling so far with our offseason? I'll go ahead and eliminate one thing so you guys don't have to talk about it, but if you want to, you can. I think that the only blemish, if there's one, would be, of course, Ezekiel Elliott being released. Not cut, released. That's fired, however you want to call it, okay? He's gone. That's the bottom line. He's gone. Now, as I said on the other day, I really believe it was a matter of respect. And listen to me from this standpoint. when Dez Bryant got cut, the Cowboys did him horrible. They waited until almost after the draft. Of course, free agency had went by, the draft had went by, then they cut him. They did, just to make a long story short, they did Ezekiel Elliott right. They cut him right now. He still has time to find out if his market value is in demand of big time money. So that's the way that I put that. They did him right. They did Dez wrong. If you remember that, for those of us that are kind of older and can remember all of that. So, it's all depending on how you view Ezekiel Elliott. Me, he's not what he was, but he was still good. Now, some of you want to throw him in the trash. Ezekiel Elliott was good. Number one, he played hurt last year. He was hurt last year. His leg still was not right, especially after he had that sprain. He still gave us, I believe, over 800 yards, 700 yards, I'm sorry. He had 12 touchdowns. That could be kind of argued or debated. It goes down in the stat line as 12 touchdowns. His value was in the short line. He still could run. He still was physical. It's just his speed. I mean, if you had a messed up leg, your speed would be down too. Let's just be honest about the situation. Hey, Terry, what's up? And everybody else that came in. If your speed, if you had a leg injury like he had, a sprained PCL, you'd be down too. The kid is a warrior, no doubt about it. Very beneficial. Pass blocking, outstanding. As we all know, he's still valuable. The only question is, will somebody pay him $10 million, $8-9 million plus to do it? I think an organization would. Or Ezekiel Elliott will have the chance to go to a team that he feels that he can win or possibly win the Super Bowl with. There's a lot of talk. I ain't saying it's a lot of talk because I don't keep up with this team, so I don't know. But Buffalo has been mentioning his name a little bit more than anybody else usual. So you can imagine, Ezekiel Elliott with a Josh Allen. They have not ran the ball well. Or, what's the kid name? Oh my goodness! Forgive me, I'm not a Buffalo fan, but the running back. Some of you guys pick him up in fantasy line, fantasy football. I'm sorry, but Ezekiel Elliott would fit in with Buffalo, in my opinion. I want him to go somewhere like Buffalo. I don't want him in the NFC. Especially, I definitely do not want him in the NFC East. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Coach Marv. Singletary, who they really didn't lean on. You get a back like Ezekiel Elliott. Let's put it this way. You probably will be able to, especially with their scheme, you'll probably be able to lean on Ezekiel Elliott a little bit more easier than Singletary. Let's just leave it at that. You put him out with Stephon Diggs. You put him out with the other big kid at wide receiver. They got a pretty good tight end. Then of course they got Josh Allen. It's cold weather. Ezekiel, it fits that. He fits that. So I wouldn't be surprised just to put it on the money. It's really all about what Ezekiel wants. It's what Zeke wants. So that's the question. Who knows? The book is not. The door is not all the way shut. He could very well not find anything out there, and who knows? He may come back. I'm sorry, Coach Marv just cleared it up. Coach Marv just said the Singletary is a free agent for Buffalo. So, hello. It just all really depends on Zeke, but forget that about where he going and all that kind of stuff. A lot of Cowboy fan base is sad some of them of the fan base is making me laugh because some of the folks that are crying that he's gone are the very ones that said he need to go to the bench, let Pollard take over. That's what I heard. But I think Coach Marv already helping me out, dropping bombs in already. Let's look at what he did. There it is, right there for you. With a sprained leg, you know what I'm saying, and missed 2 games, as Coach Marv just said. The man put up 875 yards. Now, projection wise, you know, I mean, we can't do the ifs, but I mean, the man leg was done. You know, he wasn't done, but he wasn't himself. There it is. 12 touchdowns, 875 yards, and was splitting carries with Tony Pollard. Hello? It's not too bad. So Zeke still has value. He still has value. He has value, and I believe he is going to sign somewhere. And I believe he's going to pick a good team to go to, and I think he's going to have a shot at it depending on his health. But God bless him. He was great for us, no doubt about it. But we move on. That's what we move on from. I just wanted to eliminate that. Let me ask you guys this real quick. Let me ask you this. How do you feel? Let's go with something that's less. I didn't get a whole bunch of press, but I thought it was extremely important. Let me ask you this question. How do you guys feel about Cooper Rush being re-signed as our backup quarterback? Me personally, I thought it was huge. Obviously, the Cowboys thought it was huge as well. That's why they went in and signed him, especially since I think Will Greer is on the team, but they obviously didn't feel like he was ready to be the number 2 quarterback coming in. I thought it was huge. I thought that was a big signing. We know what Cooper Rush brings to the table. He's not Dak Prescott. What he is a tremendous game manager. I think that was a great signing. That's me. What you think, real quick? Put it in the chat box for me. Let me know what y'all think about Cooper Rush being signed. And before y'all put something in, please, somebody in here, please don't say he need to be our starter. Don't go there, Ray. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not come in disrespecting Dak. You may not like him, but everybody knows Dak Prescott is better than Cooper Rush by miles. Okay, let's just get that straight. I thought it was huge. I really didn't want. I don't know much about Greer to put him as the number 2 quarterback if Dak gets hurt. I don't like it. Greg says he don't like. Hold your horses, Mike Evans. Hold your horses. I ain't gonna open it up the lines yet because y'all ain't gonna let me finish talking what I want to talk about if I open it up now. But just hold your thought there, and we'll come back to it. Greg, you said you did not like the signing, and I want to know why. I mean, your opinion is not wrong. I just want to know why you don't like Cooper Rush there. Or let me ask you this before you start typing or as you typing. Greg, are you depending on a rookie from the draft to possibly, or you thought possibly would have been our number 2? Is that what it was? You want the kid from, like everybody's talking about the kid from TCU on day 2 or 3. Some folks are talking about guys who I don't think we got a shot at. The Richardson kid, he's going first round, so we're not getting him. I think most Cowboy fans or all the talk elites, from Cowboy land, has been about the kid from TCU. So maybe that's what it is. Greg, tell me why you didn't like the signing. I'm still waiting. JD says, and McCarthy is good. Hey, JD, man, where you been, man? What's up with you? JD, where you been, Doc? If McCarthy is good at Rush, then we should be too. That was my only concern with Rush, is does he fit McCarthy? Quarterback market was drying up, so it was good signing from that point. I think Cooper Rush earned the trust of McCarthy if that was not. His performance last season was really what saved the season, to be honest with you. I mean, not that the game fell in his hands. It's just that he didn't kill us. And he did make some a few big throws. He managed the game well. That's where really, to be honest with you, though. But what it also showed is the true identity of the Dallas Cowboys, or what it should have been. We leaned heavily on running the ball. Teams knew we were running. They couldn't stop it. They knew we were running. We flourished in it. Our defense stepped up big during that time. They were shutting people completely down. That is the way that most people thought that we supposed to play football anyway. The way that we were game managing Cooper Rush, a lot of people thought that Dak Prescott should have been managed the same way. But it is what it is. But I love the signing. You have confidence in Cooper Rush that he know. Well, I can't say that he knew Kellen Moore's offense. Let me bend back a little bit off that. I was just about to say he know the offense, but shoot, Dak Prescott don't know Mike McCarthy's offense quite yet. So we just can't say that. There are principles that, at least from what Coach McCarthy said, that will stay with the Cowboys. But there's about I think what they said, 20 to 30% that's going to be added or different change and all that. So that he don't know that quite yet. But Rush is described as a smart guy. Catches on rather quickly. Able to run an offense, he is. And then, of course, he made some big plays for us. So I like the signing. That was me. I see all you guys sending there. Coach Marv said Gardner Minshew signed for $3.5 million. Cooper signed for $3 million. I think he earned it with his play last year. We all said it last year when Dak came back that Cooper Rush earned himself a whole lot of money. We said that. And it's really no surprise, to be honest with you. He earned what he signed for. He earned it. Either Dallas was going to give it to him or somebody else was going to give it to him. One thing for sure, you remember they said he was out of the league sometime, back in the league. I said when he got through that he'll never have to worry about a job again. Never. As long as he's, unless he retires. He'll always have a job. And sure enough, Cowboys, he got a big pay raise. He did. And he earned it. Well, I'm happy for Cooper. I'm glad he's back with us. All right, let's move on because we ain't gonna. Now let's go to this because I saw the name in there real quick, and I guess this is where a little tension is gonna start. What do you guys feel about Leighton Vander Esch coming back? I'll say this: when you get a Leighton Vander Esch, I think that the talk of Bobby Wagner. Hey, Miss Smith, I see you over there on Podbean. I think it eliminates a whole lot of Bobby Wagner talk. Not saying that we shouldn't get Bobby Wagner. I just feel like that when they signed him, and see, here's the thing that we got to understand, everybody. Cowboys don't think like we think. See, the fan base has their own draft board or free agent board. The Cowboys not even thinking about some of the stuff that we're talking about. I'm not sure even if they really are entertaining Bobby Wagner. The fan base is entertaining Bobby Wagner. I understand that we've had some initial talks and all that, but I don't care nothing about no talking. You know what I'm saying? And, and let's be honest, Bobby, who's just coming off an all pro year, a second team all pro year, he ain't coming for cheap. And we all know Cowboys, eh, and one great Stephen Jones, he ain't trying to pay no $10+ million for no linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And Bobby, watch this. Bobby, see, he can't lose. Bobby Wagner can't lose because his talent is so great that he don't even have an agent. Bobby don't have an agent. I don't know if some of you guys knew that. Bobby Wagner does not have an agent. He's never had an agent. He's negotiated all of his deals, and making his deals are kind of easy. Look at what the linebacker market is. Put on your table, on your side of the table. Here I am. I'm a first team all pro. When I signed your contract, I rewarded you with all pro seasons. Pay me, please. It's a simple negotiation. You look at the linebacker room, look at the linebacker market, and you say, okay, if this is the guy, I'm better than him. I need at least about another $1 million, $2 million right there. Thank you. I need that because see, he ain't nothing. He's not like me. I mean, Bobby is easy because his talent is so good. And so somebody said it earlier, or the JD said it right there, which is the honest truth. The rumor is that it's between Seattle and Dallas. And he just said that he's going to let them figure out his value. It's translation, the highest bidder. That's what that means. and any other team that jump in there, it's the highest bidder for Bobby Wagner. And I got a feeling that the price tag for Bobby is going to be way too high. Would he help our defense? God, yes. Oh, my God. Yes, sir. But is it going to cost us? You better hurry up and know it is. And I don't think Dallas want to pay that price. So the signing of LVE, from a money standpoint, that kind of fits us better than the dream of having Bobby Wagner here. I don't see that happening. Now, if you see it happening, I'm not going to argue with you because we don't know, to be honest with you. Neither one of us know. I just think when you look at the history of the Cowboys, when you look at, especially for LVE signed for, it was cheap, and what you're hoping for is, and what they're hoping for is that, and let's be fair to LVE, he played better than what he was doing at the beginning of the year. He did. He played better. He played much better at the end of the year than he did at the beginning of the year. Now, that don't mean he was Ray Lewis. I mean, come on now. I didn't say that. I just said he played better. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he played better, and it was good enough for for them to want him back. So I'm okay with it. I just think that it eliminates the dream of Bobby Wagner. That's just me. If y'all don't feel like that, then I'm cool. Shane says, I think signing LVE was a depth signing, and the Cowboys will be looking for an upgrade at his position probably in the draft. I think that's a high probability as well because there's some guys that are in there that I believe Dan Quinn will be looking at. Personally speaking, I love that kid from Texas, Ogletree, I believe that's his name. Just a freak kind of a guy. Wingspan is wide. I mean, he's different. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Speaking of that, now let me get this other comment before I say what I'm gonna say, Shane. Greg's still talking about he wants someone to push Dak. Iron sharp Zion Cooper is good for a couple of games in the long run. He's down for an extended period of time. Is Rush capable of leading Cowboys for an extended amount of time? If the run game ain't working, then Rush has to pass for 30+ passes, especially if it's multiple games. He's done it though, Greg. He's done that before. Let's not forget about 2 years ago how he lit up Minnesota. In Minnesota. I mean, he all right. He can do it. You just got to make sure you got the talent around him to make sure that he's good. Cooper Rush has done that. You got to pull up his stats and see what's going on. It is what it is. Let me see what else. But as far as getting a real guy behind Dak, Cowboys never do that. You know that, Greg. You know they don't get no guy to push their quarterback. They didn't do it with Romo. They didn't do it with. They really haven't done it with Dak. So that's not their style. They want to keep their quarterbacks as comfortable as possible. So they're not gonna do that. Coach says the NFL see what I've seen in LV Clark and had a great year. Check the tape and stats. I agree. Clark, I'm anticipating Clark to go ahead and take, considering he only played X amount of games, considering that he got over that hump of knowing that he could play with the neck injury and played well. The speed that he have, he's only gonna get better. He was learning on the fly with Coach Quinn. I'm quite sure that right now as we speak, he's a better football player than he was the last game of the season. Right now, because Clark is the kid that is a gym rat. He's looking, he's studying, he's asking questions. He's football 24/7. That's just how he is. So I'm expecting him to have a big year next year. Is that good enough to replace LVE or stand beside him? Who knows? We'll see. JD says, well, I'm coming there. Y'all getting ahead of me. Y'all getting ahead of me. So that's what I feel about that. I'm just going by thing. The only negative right now, if you want to call it one, was Ezekiel leaving. If you want to call it that. All right. Let's go to the next name, and then I got one more, and then, I got two more. Let me get this other one. Notice this is what I want to do. Go back to what Shane was talking about. I think Shane was talking about that. I want to talk about the mentality. If you're noticing, they're kind of giving, maybe it's me, they're kind of giving Dan Quinn what he wants. Are y'all noticing this? Are y'all noticing that he's getting just about everything that he wants on defense? Just about. The only person that I don't think that he has gotten his hands on that he probably does want is Bobby Wagner. That's it. Other than that, they've let him pick his type of guys in the draft. He's kind of been a lawyer talking for some of these guys. I believe that he's the reason why somebody like Donovan Wilson, who's my next name, is still here. If you remember, Dan Quinn described him saying, hey, we want to get things popping. Donovan Wilson has got to get everything going. He loves Donovan Wilson. And the Cowboys knew that Donovan Wilson was going to be in line for a nice payday. Now, the history of the Cowboys until lately shows that we really don't pay safeties. We don't. There was a point in time, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, we used to say, look, can we finally get a safety? We used to say that for a long time after Roy Williams left. We just never had a safety. Donovan Wilson just came out of nowhere and just lit this place up. And Donovan got paid. I love it. I love it. He's a head hunter. He's a ball hawk, all wrapped into one. And plus the Cowboys have found something that probably they didn't know. Maybe Dan Quinn knew. But this 3 safety, headed monster is big for us. To put Hooker, put Curse, and to put Donovan Wilson on the field at the same time, some good gonna happen. And it usually does. And so that if you don't have Donovan Wilson, your defense is not as strong. We got Donovan. our defense is strong. Our safety room, without a doubt, in my mind, is the best safety group in the whole league. No question about it. No question. No question. They know what they're doing. They've been in the system. They love playing for Quinn. Malik Hooker, God bless him, he stayed healthy so far. I'm shocked, but he has stayed healthy. I'm down with that, so I'm good with that. Now, then the shock, and this when I said, now go back if you've been following my show, I've been saying all the time we were 12-5, 12-4 the last 2 years, 12-5. You don't need much now. You it's contrary to believe what you believe. You don't need much. What I've said on my show is that all we need is one or two guys to get us over the hump to make us even stronger. That's all I've said. I don't want a whole bust up of a team. I just need one or two guys, whatever side you want to have. Preferably, I want one on defense and I want one on offense. But if you give me two on defense, okay, all that's going to do is probably make the defense the number one defense in the league. The Cowboys should be setting themselves up with a tremendous defense next year. I'm already saying, barring injury, look, I'm saying right now, top 3 in the league next year. I'm sold because of what we did. They shocked us all. They picked up Stephon Gilmore. Wow. A 5th round pick. I can't tell you how good I feel about that. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. Those of you that still may be hanging on saying, well, he's 32 years old. Okay, I'll let you hold on to that. He's better than Anthony Brown. He's better than Jordan Lewis. He's better than Boss Man Fat. Right now, he's better than Bland. You put him along with Diggs and along with them safeties, ladies and gentlemen, you now have the best secondary in the NFL because of one of them guys that I asked for. A guy that's going to tilt it a little bit. I'm not saying he Deion Sanders, but ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a guy who's on a nice track to a Hall of Fame career, and he still can do it. So I'm very confident about putting those 5 guys on the field at the same time. Please understand, quarterbacks are going to have a problem next year, especially with the pass rush that we have. That you got to get that ball out a little bit quicker. Please understand, we already know what Diggs can do. Gilmore is the same way. Gilmore can hurt you. For real. Gilmore can break your heart. So I'm really feeling good about the secondary. Really feeling good. I'm solid. Look, we can go man. We can go man for real. We can go man. See, if I said man and you got Andy Brown over there, you're like, oh, he needs some help. You need some help over there. We can't go man all the time. But Gilmore over there, trust me, we can go man now. We can mix in the zone, which even be, we're dangerous either way. But with Gilmore there, oh yeah, we can go man. Both sides. Can you imagine Gilmore on somebody's number 2 wide receiver? Give me a break. I ain't even talking about Bland in the slot. And let's not forget, Jordan Lewis is coming back. We all know how good he is. Even though I will say this about Jordan, if you free him, that's $4 million that you can get off salary cap. I will say that. But I'd rather keep him and keep Bland there as well. I mean, good Lord, you add Bland and Jordan Lewis to this. I mean, please show me a better secondary in the league. Please show me. I just named out the 3 safeties and the 2 cornerbacks. But when you add in Bland and Jordan Lewis to that, come on now. Somebody ain't gonna make it. Andy Brown is still with us. Boss Man Fat is still with us. Somebody ain't gonna make it. I don't know who it's gonna be. Probably gonna be Boss Man the way he talking on Instagram. Y'all gotta go look for that yourself. I forgot. Thank you, JD. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Izzy. Oh my God. I forgot about Izzy. Woo. Oh my goodness. Izzy is. Hey, Kevin. Izzy is. I'm sorry. I forgot about Izzy. Izzy rank up there too. I mean, the secondary is loaded. We loaded. We loaded. Shane said, "This you got me thinking with Dan Quinn getting his players. How do you think the relationship between Quinn and McCarthy would be this year? I think McCarthy's definitely on the hot seat. I believe Quinn is in line to be the head coach. I agree with you. I believe you're absolutely right. Well, I don't know if McCarthy's on. It's hard to be on the hot seat when you don't won so many games. And I already know what y'all gonna say, but he ain't won the playoff. I mean, but you just don't get rid of coaches, man, who done won 12 games. It's 24 games in 2 years. I mean, come on now. It just all depends on what you want. You just can't find coaches. Now, I understand with Quinn being there. Quinn is a safety blanket. McCarthy would really have to blow up this year in order for that, what you talk about, to happen. I believe that Quinn kind of feels that in his spirit, to be honest with you. That's why they keep paying him a little bit more and more money, because they know they want to keep him here. That's just an opinionated view, but I can see where you're going with it. Izzy, let me get back to Izzy, man. Look, Izzy is coming for somebody playing time this year. Now, I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know if that's going to see with Izzy there. That's why I was saying about Jordan Lewis. See, Izzy, because Bland has proven he can play the slot. Izzy can play outside as well. Izzy can play a little safety, and Izzy actually lined up in the slot a few times as well. So he's gonna make somebody expendable. Jordan Lewis, if you free him up, that adds another $4 million. It takes $4 million off of the salary cap. Anthony Brown, I don't know what his cap hit is or whatever. I just know about Jordan's, and Jordan has not played a lot of football for us the last 2 years. So you gotta start. Everybody not gonna play. Everybody not gonna play. Somebody got to get out of here. I don't know who it's gonna be, but when you got ball, I ain't talking about the starters. We know Gilmore, Diggs, are you starting corners. Bland is not going anywhere. You know that. So now you got Anthony Brown, you got Jordan Lewis, you got Izzy. Somebody ain't gonna make it. Now I'm saying it's gonna be Jordan Lewis gonna be gone. Coach saying AB is a free agent. There you go. There you go. See what I'm saying? I mean, it gets real simple, but we are loaded on offense. Now, this is me. This is me. This may not be you. I've always said in building the defense that if you can have somewhat of a dominant people or person, one person or dominance as a team on every level of the defense, you're going to win a lot of football games. When you have a dominant secondary and if you have a dominant linebacker And if you have a dominant defensive lineman, you are going to win a whole lot of football games. Coach Marv just said if we got Parsons, if we put Bobby, if we put Bobby Wagner in with this group right here that you see, I got my dominant linebacker then. Actually, I got two. Parsons and Wagner are dominant. My secondary is dominant. I got an all-pro cornerback in Diggs. I got an all-pro corner in Gilmore. That's two levels taken care of. The question is, of course, defensive linemen. I don't think they're dominant, but I think they can get they got playmakers on the line. We ain't got dominance, we got playmakers. OC is a playmaker. DeMarcus Lawrence is a playmaker. I do see now, let me throw this in. I do see something. And I believe we're gonna find out a little bit more about this year. Because we saw some flashes last year. And that is Sam Williams. If Sam Williams do what I think he can do, then I just got my dominant guy on the defensive line. But as a group, though, they are dominant. And that's the way we play anyway. So my defense, I'm expecting the defense to be a top 3 defense with or without Bobby Wagner. Because we were just about there without him last year. I think Clark gonna take a step. Parsons is gonna be Parsons. My secondary is better than what it was last year. We already know what the D-line, the type of pressure they get. I hope we re-sign Fowler. We got a chance. Like I know we got to put it on the field, but I'm just saying. I mean, you don't add a Gilmore to this team and get worse. Come on now. you don't do that. Coach Marv is talking about how fast these guys are. I mean, 4-4 for Parsons. Clark runs a 4-4, Parsons runs a 4-3. I mean, and they head hunters. They can hit. You add the pass rush between Dorrance Armstrong. Hopefully we re-sign Fowler. You got Sam Williams. You got DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, OC is a playmaker in the middle. We need to sign Hankins back, or someone like that. The rest of this stuff gonna come by the draft. I'm just talking about guys we need to get. We don't need to take away. We need to add. So far, they're adding. When you add a Gilmore, you don't get worse. You get better. You understand? When you add a Donovan Wilson back to this team, you don't get worse. You get better. I'm seeing something. Sam Williams is only going to get better. I saw some stuff last year that said, hold up now. Whoa. Who's this dude? This dude here look different. I saw it. I saw flashes. He didn't really get a lot of time since when he got hurt. But when he was in there, you can see him jump off the tape. That's all I'm saying. This defense is going to be incredible next year. That's the bottom. I don't see no. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, last thing, and before I say what to make a conclusion on this, another huge signing. Didn't get a lot of press, but it was huge. C.J. Goodwin. Huge signing. We lost Luke Gifford to the Titans. Special teams, good special teams player. Noah Brown is gone to the Texans, who was also a good special teams player. We signed, if you want to say it, the captain of our special teams, which is C.J. Goodwin, who I felt like should have been in the Pro Bowl. Maybe not last year, but the year before. He should have been in the Pro Bowl. And there's an argument could be made he should have been there this year. I even thought the boss man Fat should have made a Pro Bowl this year. He was dynamic on special teams. He was. But CJ Goodwin, good, great signing. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this offseason, maybe not the other offseason, so far, the Dallas Cowboys have done well in the front office this offseason. I know it sounds strange coming from me. I know it is. I know it does. I know. I understand. As much as I done talked about Cowboy, Stephen Jones, as much as I done talked about Jerry and Steven trying to be the salary cap champion of the world, I got to give them full credit. Yeah, we lost Ezekiel Elliott. And some folks gonna say it was time. Anyway, if that's what you feel, so be it. I'm not gonna argue about that. But overall, oh yeah, Cowboys have done an excellent job. They've done a great job in the front office offseason. They gave me one. I need one more dog, which leads to this, and then I guess I'll open up the lines. DeAndre Hopkins. Oh boy. First of all, let me say this. I saw something this morning that I knew was going to happen, and that's OBJ. I saw OBJ. All right. But this is what I saw. It says that the Kansas City Chiefs are now the front runners for Odell Beckham Jr. One of the things that free agents have done recently is that they have used the Dallas Cowboy name to drive their price up or to make sure they get interest from other teams. I mean, the list goes. It really started with Earl Watson, my fraternity brother, who ran Jason Garrett down, saying, "Hey, come get me." Ran almost in the locker room. Come get me. Come get me. Well, we had a change. You had a chance to sign. But you went to the highest bidder, which was Baltimore. So I never will forget that. Everybody that gets released or everybody's a free agent, the first name you're going to hear is the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I be hearing all the time. And sure enough, OBJ is there. And I just feel like that OBJ, who's everybody talking about $20 million, he know he's not going to get that. But there's also something else. OBJ want a ring too. So I ask y'all this question. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I don't know their business. But if you had to pick a choice between Dallas and Kansas City, which one you think OBJ gonna go to? Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott. Juju Smith-Schuster just signed with the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken. Which one you think he gonna do? I mean, y'all might well get ready for this. For those that were carrying the torch of OBJ, please understand that the OBJ is coming back trying to get a ring. I'm gonna ask you one more time. If that is the truth and that is the case, trust me, he gonna come down off that $20 million mess he talking about for the chance to play with Patrick Mahomes. Or do you think he gonna sign and play with Dak Prescott? Y'all know what he gonna do. I don't even know why y'all even entertaining this. I never trusted OBJ in the first place. I never wanted him anyway. I don't want him anyway. Because he think he is, and you got to stay on the field for me. I don't trust his body. It is what it is. And then he still think he a number one. And at this point, with us, you got to accept the number 2 role. We got a number 1. If they decide to double team Lamb and leave you one-on-one with the cornerback, you supposed to kill folks. if you still that guy. It's just too injury prone for me. So I don't want OBJ. Anyway, so that's just for that. Now DeAndre Hopkins. All right. Here's the problem with DeAndre Hopkins. He talking too much. That's his problem. See, remember what I said. A lot of teams like to use the Cowboys as a way for them to go somewhere else. And they know what's going to happen. He talking too much for me. He hanging with Dez Bryant too much for me, which make me feel like he's not real in the first place. Now here comes the thing. If he's traded to Dallas, he will, renegotiate his 2-year, $54 million deal. And Cowboy fans are eating that alive. Jerry, do it. Hurry up. Get it. All they want is a second. Y'all keep forgetting something else. The Arizona Cardinals would then know that Dallas would want them if they make the phone call. You think the Arizona Cardinals are going to just give up just one second-round pick? Or do you think that's all they're going to want for a team that really want DeAndre Hopkins? Man, they're going to charge us out the frame to get him. It's going to cost you a second. But what else is it going to cost you? Especially when they know you want them. Especially since they know y'all doing all this talking. Especially since they know you hang around with Dez Bryant. Especially since you know he's in Dallas. He's in Dallas. Especially since he put out saying, if I get traded to Dallas, then I will rework my deal. It's too much talk going on, which is the reason why I don't think it's going to happen. Plus, y'all, do you really think do you really believe that DeAndre Hopkins, who has not won a Super Bowl, do you really believe that he wouldn't go to a team that probably got a good shot at making it? Y'all talking about OBJ. Shoot, what if DeAndre Hopkins go to Kansas City? You don't think he wouldn't go to Kansas City? The Kansas City Chiefs would gladly give up a second-round draft choice. He would gladly renegotiate his deal to play with Patrick Mahomes. Are y'all crazy? Huh? It's too much talk on. Dallas' name is just running out of his mouth too much. It makes me feel like it's not real. Is his talent there? God, yes. Is he a dog? Yes. Is he great? Yes. Could he make this offense better? Yes. You don't add a DeAndre Hopkins to your team and say your team just got worse. Do I want him? Now we're talking now. See, y'all want to go all gung ho for him. Not me. Not me. See, here's the problem, y'all. Here's the problem. See, y'all ain't thinking long term. Not get the football out of your head. We all know, let's be honest, we all know if you put a DeAndre Hopkins on one side and a CeeDee Lamb on the other side, and maybe a Gallup at 3 and all, yes, it's gonna be incredible. Yes. But here's my question. You don't know what that number is that DeAndre gonna be talking about renegotiating, if that really is the case. Okay? If he does renegotiate or bring it down or whatever, fine. What you think CeeDee Lamb gonna ask for the following year? So you gotta start thinking like that. If he says I'm gonna reconstruct my deal and he goes from $19 million to $17 million, please don't understand. Please understand. He ain't going from 19 and then go down to 8. No. And if you did, you're gonna have to give all that money at the signing bonus, whatever the case may be. They're gonna try to make the cap right, whatever, if you try to do that. But if you bring him down here and he knocks his cap down to, let's say, 16, 15, whatever, what you think CeeDee Lamb gonna ask for next year? What you gonna have to pay him? What you think? What you think he gonna ask for? Seriously. And so I'm not sold on it, to be honest with you. I will take it because that will give me my number 2 dog difference maker that I've been asking for. I'll take it, but I ain't just dying for it. I ain't really cheerleading for it, to be honest with you. I'll take it though. Oh, I would love it. I'd be like, oh my goodness, we really are trying to do something here for real. That's what I'd be saying, but I ain't like saying, it's because, see, Arizona just not going to just give up a second. They're going to ask for a second, a fifth, and probably something next year because they know we want it. There's been too much talk going on. See what I'm saying? You going to pay the price for DeAndre Hopkins. Now you would. Why somebody like Kansas City can sneak in the back door and say, hey, you're going to play with DeAndre, you're going to play with Patrick Mahomes, you're going to probably get a chance to go to another Super Bowl. You get another chance to be a world champion. You're playing with the greatest quarterback in the league for a few more years. You're 31 years old, DeAndre. Your next 2 to 3 years left, you'll be in playoffs. You're probably going to be competing for a Super Bowl. Which one you want to do, man? It's not a hard decision for me, at least. The Cowboys are going to tell us, I told y'all this, Shane has already picked it up. Shane you're ahead of me, Shane. The Cowboys are gonna sell us. If y'all saw the picture this week with Dak Prescott, as usual, he got all these guys at his house. They already running routes. They already getting balls thrown to. Jalen Tolbert was one of those guys. Turpin was there. Houston was there. I forgot it. I should have had the picture here for you guys to see. I don't know if you saw that, but they're already working out. They're going to try to sell it and say Tolbert is the guy now. He's ready to go to work. He's in his sophomore year. He's ready to go to work. They're going to sell us on that. They're going to sell us on saying that Michael Gallup is 100% ready now. They're going to say that, and they say if you get 100% in Michael Gallup, you got hey, that's a good tandem. That's what they're going to try to sell us this year. I believe it when I see it. I really believe that the Cowboys are going to go to the draft to get a wide receiver. Me. That's me. I believe it when I see it by DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not saying y'all saying, get it done, Jerry. Go get him. They only want a second. No, sir. They're going to want more than a second. They just ain't going to give them away. They want more than a second. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Because you've been talking too much. You're going to want more than that. There's no doubt in my mind. You're going to want more than that, and Arizona should want more than that. Can't blame the Cardinals. You should want more than just one pick coming back for a player of his caliber. You should. It ain't going to be like it was us getting Gilbert. All we gave up is a fifth. That ain't going to happen. Not for DeAndre Hopkins. You're going to have to pay a little price for him. And I don't know if the Cowboys are going to be willing. They shocking me so far this offseason. I just don't think they're going to be willing. What's up, Daniel? I'm not sure that they're going to be willing to pay that price. I just don't think so. That's just me. I don't think so. I don't. I'll take it. I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. I'll be ecstatic if we get DeAndre Hopkins. I think it will help. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Because it was that easy, as y'all probably already saw. They said the Cowboys ain't even picked up the phone yet. So, hey, if it was that easy and that simple, they would have made that call already. They could be playing a little game, waiting to probably close to the draft, and then maybe they'll strike. But especially if DeAndre's saying, if he really is telling the truth, if he's saying as of now, I'll do it for Dallas. Now, if he's holding on to that and charging everybody else, then you can say it. Speaking of that, Mike, good point. Great. I like this right here. That's another name that I'm interested in. Maybe you guys know, but I'm not a Eastside Harold with your hating self. You in here, since you're a Houston Texans fan, you ought to be able to talk about your team so much. You ought to be able to talk about your team. Let us know real quick, Eastside, if you still in here. What is the situation with Brandon Cooks? Are y'all keeping him now, or does he want to get out of there? Does he still want to get out of Houston? I don't keep up with the Houston Texans. That's your team, so you ought to know. If you know about the Cowboys more than the Texans, it's sad, but that's you. Is Brandon Cook still trying to get out of Houston? Because if that's the case, then that's another name that we wanted last year. And Mike said they offered a 2 for him last year. Houston, with the new coach that they have, would charge us more. If we were gonna get Cooks, we should have got him last year. The Houston is acquiring a whole lot of picks. They trying to rebuild over there. So you're gonna have to get more than a second. That's just what I feel about it. All right. JD say Jerry says deadline make deals. Yeah, that's why I think they're kind of waiting. If they are going to strike for DeAndre, if it ain't already taken, then I think it will probably be. I think that it will probably be towards the draft if he's still available, rather than now. I think that's what it's going to be. All right, I know I done gave y'all a lot. I'd be wrong if I just shut it off right here. I know I would be. So y'all got it now. Y'all run the show. Phone line is open 901-654-6853. Go ahead and call in now. Let me make sure I'm good. I think I am. Go ahead and call in real quick. Those that want, 901-654-6853. If not, you can continue to chat, and then I'll keep going. Yeah. Greg says he's kind of thinking like I'm thinking exactly. Hopkins ain't coming.
Call from
Coach Mark.
He said they ain't coming. The draft is where the Cowboys are looking for a wide receiver. It's cheaper. I agree. That's the way, Greg, that we do it. But they surprising me this year. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think they're gonna get him. What up, Coach? Coach Marv in the building.
Hey, what's going on, Big Show?
Yes, sir.
Got a couple things I want to unpack. Let me unpack what my quick thing about D-Hop and Brandon Cook. D-Hop is not going to be in Arizona next year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to find hard to get much trade value for him. They already see the handwriting on the wall in D-Hop situation. Cardinals are open to getting rid of him. So teams that's coming, they can say about a second round pick, they're not going to push too much. They can't push too much because they know they're going to cut it. Mm-hmm. So either they're going to get something or they're not going to get anything. So it's almost, if you're going to keep a player, and it was a definite you're going to keep a player, yeah, you can put people in bidding war if you're trying to pry that guy away from them. Like Juju, what's the guy out of Denver? If you're trying to pry him out of there, yes, okay, we're going to see who's the highest bidder. But at this particular point in time, you can ask a lot. If it's not what people want, they're going to back off. They still going to talk to his agent in private, and they already know their thing is they want to reach a deal with him. If he's cut, that's the backdoor stuff. And they know once they let him go, he already going to be signed. Plus, you're going to start off with a whole brand new deal if you get him as a free agent. If you cut him, he got a whole brand new deal. So it's better for you to work that deal as a brand new deal than to take what the Cardinals deal is. So if the Cowboys want him, it's there. It ain't gonna be a whole lot, and you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna bid on it because I already know that he's gonna probably be on the street in a month or so anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get into that. That's why you fit that away a lot. It's almost like the Odell Beckham thing a couple years ago when he went to the Rams. Nobody wanted to trade for the Browns for Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham was healthy, but everybody said we just wait for y'all. Y'all gonna release him because he did. He did, yeah. So y'all gonna release him. So when y'all release him, the Rams said, okay, we can get it now and sign him for $3 million and have him for the rest of the year. We're not gonna trade you for him because you know he's about to let him go.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna cut him. So when it's all over for a player, it's the same way with Brandon Cooks. The Cowboys, if they want to give a pick to Texas, but the later gets towards the draft. And once the Texans draft a wide receiver or two, they're really going to think about cutting him then. So, yes, it's clear over the Cowboys want. And that's when they feel the value won't come down because these teams, Arizona's going to move forward as well as the Texans going to move forward in their draft to draft the next guy. Yeah. They don't feel that this guy fits them. He doesn't want to be there. So they're going to move forward. Once they move forward, they're going to have an extra guy that's making a lot of money they don't want there. So now they can either try to get something or they're going to let him go. And then you got a guy as a free agent, which is better for you. You don't have to deal with his old contract. So that's where that goes. And if they want to deal with his old contract, yes, you could get D. Hopkins here with a trade. All thing you got to do is convert that money, his 2-year deal, half of that into sign bonus, write him a check for about 14 to 15 million. You'll bring his cap hit down considerably. He have one more year left on the deal. CeeDee Lamb deal really don't have to be done for 2 years from now. Mm-hmm. Next year he'll get a 5th-year option. Then the next year you can play with that. So if they wanted, they could do it. But that's that just needs here or there. Mm-hmm. But now I'm going to be Big Show. I got to be the Debbie Downer. We said it all, man. The Cowboys have done a better job this year than they did last year.
They have.
But let me give you a quick story about. I believe it's the exact same routine from last year.
Yeah.
We cutting major players last year from the offense, and we traded Mark Cooper for a bag of peanuts. We let a starting offensive lineman go in, 2 starting linemen go in free agency, and we let them walk. We were told as fans that we were saving that money to do something. We restructured the same contracts we restructured this year. We restructured Marcus Lawrence, Zach Martin last year, Dak Prescott, and Tyron Smith to open up cap room for last year. Exact same moves. We was told that we saved that $20 million. We did sign Randy Gregory, but we said we saved $20 million to sign one of our own. Last year we signed a free agent called Curtis. Yeah. To basically the same deal that we signed with Donovan Wilson. This was 2 years, $10 million. Donovan Wilson's deal is really 2 years with 13 guaranteed, about 6.5 per year for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Exact same move.
Yeah.
We signed LVE last year at $3.3 million. His deal is 2 years. They like to say 2 years, $11 million. Check the breakdown on that deal. That deal is only a 1 year, $5 million deal with $3 million worth of incentives that they think he could reach.
Yeah.
The same deal, they probably gave him a raise about $1.2 million. That's all they did. We talking about we signed you said we signed the special teams guy, right? Mm-hmm. He was a free agent last year. They signed to a 1 year deal last year.
Yeah.
They just re-signed him again to another 1 year deal. So we did that different. Yeah, we still at the same. We're at the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Last year they told us we were going. We saved the money with Mark Cooper because that helped us sign our own, and we signed the. We also signed Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
gave him big money too.
I got a little bird that told me we still try to at a 2 year. We signed Armstrong to a 2 year, $11 million deal. Really, it's only about a $6 million deal per year. He on the last year today. That deal, I got a little bird that said, well, that's where they probably trying to offer Fowler just a little less than that.
Yeah.
So that they ain't changed that. None of these guys got signing bonus. Mm-hmm. Remember that too. Yeah. Nobody got signing bonus. Mm-hmm. So then, well, we saved money, so we said we were gonna replace the production of Cooper, which the Cowboys shot down Cooper because they said Cooper didn't have as many passing yards as CeeDee Lamb last year, right? Didn't they say that? He fell a little bit lower than CeeDee Lamb, right?
Yeah.
But Cooper missed 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. So we got rid of because we said he's not a number 1 receiver because we have no receiver that had more production. Why pay Cooper $20 million?
Exactly.
This sounded familiar. So then we said we're gonna replace Cooper, right? They told us, they shot this thing, say we're gonna replace Cooper, right? With Michael Gallup coming off injury. Mm-hmm. Sound like we replacing somebody else coming off an injury with one of our guys? Okay. We replace him with an injury. We're gonna replace him with a draft pick, and we're going to replace him for a guy that has really never played receiver, but been on the team, but really not been in the rotation in Brown.
Yeah. Wow.
And we went on into the season. Well, lo and behold, the season went on, and what helped us get to 12-5? If it wasn't for 2 running backs to get 1,900 yards and 24 touchdowns, our offense wouldn't have been where it was at. And we probably wouldn't have been 12-5. And we felt that they were underused in games that we was ahead where we could have salted the game away.
True.
So this year, we get rid of, not in the receiving corps, we get rid of one of our major running backs, saying that we going to take that money and do something with it. Yeah. We signed LVE to the exact same contract. We signed the special team guy to the exact same contract. We signed the safety guy to basically the exact same contract we signed last year. Mm-hmm. So, and now we say we're going to trust our running game, which was our best game, which the year before, the passing game was the best. Now we're going to take the best asset of our running game, and we're going to replace that with a guy that the most carries he had is 183 carries in his life, in the season. And we're going to replace him with a guy that's just a rookie free agent running back that never had a main role as a running back in the NFL.
I believe it when I see it, Coach.
and we're going to draft a guy at the 3rd or 4th round to come in and do that. And then we're going to replace that portion of our team, which was the best, which the receiver course was the best going into last year. We got rid of Cooper. Then the running back was the best this year. We get rid of Zeke Elliott. So the only big move that we did, we went to the coach, my man Gilmore from my hometown, Lubbock. He is a baller. He is a top 10 corner in this league.
Yes,
He's going to help every corner in our room.
Yes, sir.
But you know something? That wasn't a hard move, Big Show. No. If anybody would call him coach, and say, we'll give you any draft pick, they were selling.
Yeah. All it took was a fifth. All it took was a fifth to get that done. That was
no big move.
No, that was a steal, actually. To be honest.
Cooper Rush. Uh-huh. Cooper Rush, when we played the back and forth with Cooper Rush last year and practice squad to sign it, you know Cooper Rush only got about a $1.2 million raise from what he made last year. Mm-hmm. What did we do differently? We did last year, and they sold us a bag of goods saying we get rid of a guy that we're going to get better And my thought was, we supposed to build on our success. Zeke is gone. But what did you do to replace the 231 carries that if Mike McCarthy says, if we get up in a game or we get a lead, that we're going to make sure that teams can't get back in the game, and we're not going to allow teams to get back in the game. Where is those 231 carries that Ezekiel gave you that you liked or you didn't like going to come from your team?
They haven't addressed the offensive side yet. To be honest with you, they haven't done it. You lost Connor McGovern, so that has to be addressed as well.
And listen, you got to go lineman in your first pick. Why you got to go lineman in the first pick? You say Coach Maul. Exactly. Why you say that? Tyron Smith signed a 1-year incentive-laden deal. This is his last year at Dallas. Yep. That's why you signed that deal. You don't sign that deal because you still don't stay in Dallas for longer than 1 year. This is it for Tyron Smith. He said, this is my swan call. I think we can make one more run at it. And Zach Martin is on the last year of his contract, and there's no more voidable years that you can push his contract down the field. Yeah. So where you got to draft linemen. Yeah. You ain't got a chance now to talk about drafting a wide receiver, and you need to get linemen because your linemen gonna be gone next year.
Yep, that's it. And I hate to say this, and that's also if Tyron Smith can make it through the year. Let me throw that in.
If he can make it through the year.
Yeah.
So my question to everybody. They have sold us to think that they've done something different, Big Show. They did that different.
The only thing that they really did was that they acted on day 2 of the free agent market. That's all it did, and they made it really wasn't a free agent. It was a trade. There's a difference between the free agent and a trade. They traded for Gilmore, but usually they don't start doing anything till day 7 or day 8 and all that kind of stuff. That's the big difference. That they acted and went out and got Gilmore on day 2, and then they balanced it off for some by releasing Zeke. And I'm in full agreement with you. That's why I started the show off talking about what he did. That was off an injury, Ezekiel, and that ain't you just don't find guys off the street that can go do that. So that's a hole. And keep in mind, Pollard is coming off an injury. We don't know really where he is yet, and he ain't gonna get tested until week 1 if he's ready to play week 1. Because he ain't playing no preseason games. He ain't getting no hits. He ain't doing nothing until week 1 if he's available. So to be honest with you, right now, as we speak, all you got is Malik Davis. That's really all you got. Tony Pollard not ready to play football right now.
And Big Show, you from Memphis.
Yeah.
And you have said this before. Tony Pollard wasn't even a featured running back in Memphis.
No, it was Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson and Antonio Gibson. Gibson,
now,
the third guy.
Yeah, so now, in year 6 of his NFL career, where the most, listen, I looked up his carries in Memphis. His running back carries in Memphis, he only had 200 total running back carries his whole career in Memphis. Yeah. He had 183 carries last year. So we're going to increase him now to 200 and 225, 200 with 30 carries to take up some of Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to give Davis, who only had 240 carries in college, we're going to boost him up to over 100 carries. And we're going to bring a rookie in here, we think over 100 carries, and think that that's going to still be an asset to our team.
I believe it was a lie, Coach. I'm serious. I just don't see. I don't believe he commit to the running game. I think he's going to add this thing out. And if you really are, if you're in the sweepstake for DeAndre Hopkins, you ain't bringing Hopkins in here to start running the ball. You got CeeDee Lamb and DeAndre Hopkins, you're going to pass the ball. It's just that simple. I already know it's going to go down. I believe it when I see it, Coach.
One last thing, right? We talked about LVE, and I've been listening, man. The league saw what I saw about LVE. he had no contracts nowhere else. All the free agent contracts of linebackers, all of them signed for 5, 6 years for well over for $6-7 million for 2-year contracts. All their contracts was much better than LVE's. If we looked at Clark, and I think sometimes we crazy, but we just look and we think about LV plays better. Mm-hmm. But Clark, on the amount of snaps he got half the amount of snaps. Clark almost had half the same amount of tackles. Clark had 7 pass breakups, where LVA had 1. He had 2 forced fumbles. He had no PFF did rank him as no missed tackles, and for his time played, he was ranked. May not play as many snaps as other rookie linebackers, but rated the best rookie linebacker without having any snaps of live football to week 9, and runs a 4.40. Oh, yeah. Why did you spend capital when you could have spent just a listen? Bobby Wagner would come in here for the same contract he came in with last year with the Rams with no problem, and his cap last year was number $7 million. Yeah. You could have got Bobby Wagner in here, and you would have had the best linebacker core, and Parsons could have played third down rush. He could have rushed from the middle linebacker. He could have rushed everywhere, and teams would have feared your linebacker core because you would have had speed. And Parsons, with those 2 guys deciding, he could have done anything he wanted, and it would have made offenses fear him because he would have been all over the field. Because he could roam because he had other guys to lock it down.
Exactly.
So
awesome.
if we see the Cowboys trying to get better, hey, if they don't get a wide receiver, my question is to them, what you cut Ezekiel Elliott for?
Yeah. Since you want to be a running team, you gotta.
If you don't get a wide receiver, you cut Ezekiel Elliott. You hurt your running game, and you still ain't fix your passing game.
Yeah, exactly. The offensive side got to be addressed. There ain't no question about that. I think they pretty much they done well on defense. The defense, I feel like, is strong. The offense, we got some work to do. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, hopefully they'll go ahead and sign Fowler, and I think they'll probably sign Hankins. I think the defensive side will be better. I just think the defensive side will be better. I just hope that the sign of LV does not take away the developmental reps of Clark and Hopper.
Yeah. For
them to play both of them faster. And I think I don't want just because you sign a guy to a low budget deal, when we hit free agent, we say, oh, he was a free agent signing. Yeah. That was just a battle all about. The lowest you can get for a middle linebacker, and I don't think he should be promised a star if you sign it for that little.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Doc. All right, that was Mr. Coach Marv, the one and only frequent visitor of the show. Appreciate him so much for doing that. Phone line is open, 901. I got a little time. 901-654-6853. You can call in right now. I am open. Jabril Cox, Donald. That's another name. The reason why we ain't forgot about him, he ain't done nothing for us to call his name. We've been calling for Cox for the last couple of years. He just can't get on the field. I understand the injury of the 2 years ago. And maybe, I don't want to, because everything I'm going to say is just pure speculation. All I know is Cox really did not get on the field. So, and a Damone Clark, a Harper got on the field more than him. So
Michael Evans.
I don't know what's going on with Cox, but he's falling behind in the depth chart, obviously. That's the only thing I'm going to say about him. What's up, Michael Evans? What's going on? Welcome to the show, brother.
How you doing, Mr. Douglas?
Man, I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Not doing too bad. Hey, I just wanted to pick up on you were talking about the offensive line.
Yeah.
And like with Tyron Smith. And you're right. That when he signed, that was a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it's considered laden, now he has a chance to get the $17 million if he makes all of his decisions. But I think the chances of that are pretty slim. But if he does, God bless him. I wish he could play forever, but we all know that's not possible.
Yeah.
And you're right about Conor McGovern. They lost him. I mean, so they got to get a left guard. And here's a question no one's talking about. What about Terrence Steele? Is he going to be ready to start the season? Remember, he tore his ACL?
Another good question.
What are we gonna do at right tackle? Now, I would love to. I don't know about anybody else. I would really hope and love they will bring back Jason Peters. I think they probably don't have a choice but to bring him back.
That's if he want to play, though. That's if he wants to play.
That's true.
You know, that's 41. At that time, he'd be 41 years old. It's kind of, in fairness to him, that's a little old,
Are there any other linemen ready to step up to step into the starting lineup? I mean, Steele. I don't know if he's probably not going to be ready to start the season.
Well, one thing is for sure. I'm not going to trust Ball to play right tackle. That's for sure. And Walesko, the other guy who got hurt, it really almost be essentially his rookie year coming back. So they got guys there, but we all know about Ball. He's not ready. So, I think Coach Marv addressed it right. While everybody talking about Robinson, Bijan Robinson at 26, the running back, if he's there, take him. No, you gotta go and start building for, go and build for the future. Go and get you another first round lineman to go with Tyler Smith, and you're really starting over again. You got to have this because Zach Martin is getting a little longer in the tooth. Tyler Smith is only going to play 1 year. Steele is okay. Eventually, we just got to find out about him. Biotis, he gets nicked up a little bit as well. So you got to start retooling this thing, especially since you're going to have Dak Prescott for the next 8 years or so, or 7 years. You got to give him some linemen in. It's the perfect opportunity. You can address everything else after that.
That's right. Now, to my rant I was referring to earlier about Cooper Rush. Mm-hmm. Well, I knew the minute I saw that news that Cooper Rush was re-signed, right on cue, all of the people who were yelling for, Cooper Rush needs to start the season. No. You need to put Dak Prescott on the bench. Cooper Rush can run this offense better. He's a better game manager. He knows how to run this offense better. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Now, here's what I say about this.
So
if Cooper Rush was this exactly, and I'll get to that in a minute. If Cooper Rush was this much better than Dak Prescott, like all these people are saying, and these are the people who I say the Tony Romo lovers who are still upset about how that all went down in 2016. Just your everyday run-of-the-mill troll that hate merchants at the 3 or 4 letter networks and their collaborators on social media. If Cooper Rush was this much better than Dak Prescott, then why didn't any other team in the league step up on the first day of the legal tampering of free agency, step up and offer this guy a contract? There are 31 other teams out there, and the majority of them are just starving to death to get a quarterback. That team's like, I don't know, the New York Jets. If they don't get Aaron Rodgers, they're done for. So you wouldn't think that they wouldn't just, hey, maybe we'll bring in Cooper Rush as an insurance policy, that in this case we don't get Aaron Rodgers. Here's another team, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
They're so desperate for a quarterback. They gave up almost their entire draft to move up to the number one position in the draft to take C.J. Stroud. So Are they saying that an unproven rookie who's never taken a snap in the NFL is better than Cooper Rush? I guess so. New Orleans, same thing. Why didn't they sign him? The Atlanta Falcons, why didn't they sign him? Indianapolis, Houston, Tennessee, the Las Vegas Raiders, the 49ers. Look at that quarterback situation. They let Jimmy Garoppolo walk out the door. They don't believe in Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy has to have what pretty much has to have Tommy John surgery on his elbow, on his throwing elbow. So he's probably not going to play this year. They're desperate for quarterback. Why didn't they sign him? The Buccaneers. Tom Brady leaves. Who's their quarterback? The Washington Commanders, the team right in our division.
Yeah.
They let Carson Wentz go. They let Taylor Heineke walk out the door. Why didn't they just say, "Oh man, we'll sign Cooper Rush. He's the best option that's out there." Baltimore Ravens. We don't know what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson. What if he leaves?
Yeah.
They're going to need a quarterback. But what these people I referred to earlier, they don't think he's good enough to sign with all these teams I mentioned, but they think he's good enough to sign in Dallas where we already have an established quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think that Cooper Rush fits the Cowboys well. It's amazing to what people think about you when you're free. One thing that I will give Cooper Rush credit for, as I said earlier in the show, Cooper Rush will never have to worry about getting out of the league again. He earned that. I'll give him that. He should never have to worry about another job. He should be a career backup guy. He don't have to worry about that no more. He proved himself to the point where he should get an easy contract, and that's what he got.
Yeah.
So I give him credit for that.
He earned it.
Yeah, he earned that. But as far as being the guy, it is so disrespectful to Dak Prescott and what he's done over his career. Even to insinuate that is tremendously
it's disgusting what it is. It is disgusting. Let's just keep it two things in perspective. When Cooper Rush was playing, this Cowboy offense was ranked 29th in the league, averaging about 17 points a game.
Exactly.
Everybody remember that game with the Rams? He threw 10 passes for 100 yards.
Exactly.
Why did we win that game? The defense sacked Matthew Stafford a billion times. We got like 4 or 5 turnovers, and we ran the ball for over 200 yards.
Exactly.
That's why we won that game. But when Dak Prescott comes back and takes over the football team, wow, all of a sudden, the offense jumps to number 1. This is the number 1 offense in the league. We're averaging 35 points a game. We lead the league in third down conversions. We're number 1 in the red zone.
Yeah.
I mean, this it's just a machine with Dak Prescott. But I don't have to say what the reason these people could come and say, "Oh, this Dak Prescott," because I've already made my point clear on this show. You already know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's going on. And all the podcasters like Boss Cowboy, Law Nation, Big Game James, West Coast, Skywalker Steel, they all know.
Yeah.
They all know what this is all about. So I don't even have to bring this up again.
No. We all know what causes some of this, without a doubt. He'll never be able to do right. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, at some point, when it comes to that, you look real silly arguing about that when his stats are saying something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And no, he hasn't won the Super Bowl. He's got a couple playoff wins. I get all that, but it's kind of hard to deny every time at the end of the year the Cowboys are top 2 offense in the whole league. It's hard to deny that when the man is playing quarterback, the offense is scoring 30. I mean, I'm just calling it. He's scoring 30. I mean,
and the thing is, the most sickening part about this is, this is coming from our own fan base. It'd be one thing if it was coming from everybody else. Yeah. It's even worse. It's coming from within this fan base.
Yeah. The front office needs to do something, unless they And I got a feeling this is the way it's going to turn out. They're really going to sell us on Tolbert and Gallup being ready. So I don't even think that they're going to get another receiver. And then also keep in mind, they're going to try to, well, at least they say it, they're going to try to incorporate Turpin into the offense as well. So, if they get a receiver, it ain't going to be what we thinking. I don't think so. It would shock me if they go ahead and get, somebody big. But I just feel
you don't think it's going to be Hopkins. You don't think they're going to sign Hopkins. You don't think they're going to sign DeAndre Hopkins.
I think the Cardinals are going to, because they want it done. Or it could be like what Coach Marv said. If you want to come to Dallas so bad, then why would you offer anything for him? They're going to cut him. That they're going to cut him. Unless, and if you are going to trade for him, it's just not going to be for a second-round pick. I just don't think so. Because like I said earlier, I don't know if you was there, it's just been too much talking that have already went on from the Hopkins side. And unless a team know, yeah, we want him. Well, if I'm Arizona, I say, I got a bid over here. How bad do you want him? Like, you gotta offer me more than a second to get him. Because this team over here is offering me a second and a fifth or whatever. And I know they're trying to get rid of him, but I wouldn't be surprised. And that will open up the floodgates for DeAndre too. I just feel like that somebody gonna wait to cut him. I just think so. They're not gonna care. They're not gonna carry that in there. That they are gonna get rid of him, but I just don't think they want to wait until whatever the due date is. I don't know their dates where he started to get his money. So they're gonna get rid of him. It's gonna happen.
I don't think they're gonna just outright cut him. I think the debt money that will be incurred, they just cut him will be enormous. I think I saw something. It'd be somewhere like a neighborhood of $27 million in dead money.
That's why they're gonna trade him.
I just don't. That's why they're trying to trade him.
Yeah, they'll get rid of him. They'll trade him. The question is, they just gonna take the highest bidder. But I would love to see him. If he come, I'm geeked up. But I believe it when I see it. I told y'all I ain't finna get invested. I told y'all that I'm just gonna sit back. I'm just gonna do like, for those that are watching me, here I am. My arms are folded. This how my posture is the whole year. I'll wait until week 1 to see what we line up with, and then I'll let y'all know what I think the season's gonna be. Until the end, I don't care. Y'all can tell me DeAndre Hopkins. Guess what? I'm gonna say good. Okay, all right. They must really be trying to do something here. I'm just gonna keep my arms folded though, because I see Mike McCarthy. But see, if they did that, it's kind of like what me and Coach Marv were talking about earlier. I know you were listening. See, if you go get a DeAndre Hopkins, there's no way in the world you can sell me on saying we're gonna run the football like crazy. There's no way. It's no way. You don't sign a DeAndre Hopkins and have a CeeDee Lamb only to say we're gonna pass the ball only 16 times a game. That's a bunch of crap. The mismatches are gonna be outside. You're going to throw the football if you go get a DeAndre. Look, we didn't have DeAndre Hopkins last year, and we threw the ball like crazy. You see what I'm saying? We threw the ball like crazy just with a hurt Gallup, a fully healthy CeeDee Lamb, and a Noah Brown. I mean, come on now. I just can't see it. So that's why I say I'm sitting back and kind of watching and waiting. We're going to draft a running back, but it ain't going to probably be B. John Robinson. You see what I'm saying?
No.
We're going to draft a running back. It'll probably be in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, though. But we're going to sign a running back. That's going to be. It ain't going to be what you thinking it's going to be.
I'd love to see Tank Bigsby come here from Auburn. I'd love to see that. I'd be okay with that.
That we got, and see when it comes to that, and there's another whole show within itself, Mike. See, you can't get another Pollard. You don't need 2 finesse running backs. I need somebody that's going to look somewhat like Ezekiel Elliott, a thumper, a guy, and he can do everything else, but he got to be able to take a banging. It don't make no sense for us to have 3 3 Tony Pollards on the team. Pollard, or the kid from Alabama that they're talking about, and then a Malik Davis. That's 3 of the same running back. Who gonna get the dirty yards? 3rd and 2 if you playing finesse ball. You see what I'm saying? I got to have something that look like Zeke. And Robinson is it, but I just don't think we're gonna draft that in the first round. I appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for calling
never make it. He'll never make it 26.
No.
He'll never make it.
Nah, I wouldn't doubt it either. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you, man.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That was the one and only Mr. Mike Evans on there. All right, I'm just about done. I'm tired. They just say Jerry always telling us a dream. Well, it's gotten off to a better start, Metris. I think it's gotten off to a better start with the addition of Gallimore. This defense is going to be incredible. I'm going on record saying that, barring injury, this defense is going to be lethal this year. Yeah. I'm expecting no less than a top 3 defense this year that's going to dominate a lot of games this year. Yeah, I really am. I'm sold on defense. Defense gonna be incredible. I'm ready to play football right now, defensively. If we sign Hankins, I'm ready to play football. I'm quite sure they might get somebody in the draft. You know, I'm quite sure. See, we ain't talking about the draft and talent that's gonna be there that you add on for depth. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that, but are we almost ready to play football right now on defense? I'm ready to line up right now. Just give me my defensive tackle other than Osi. Give me my other guy, and I'm ready to play football right now. Right now. Richard says, hey, Richard say, even what are your thoughts on some of the youngsters coming, though? Look really tasty if you ask me. Well, one thing about rookies, Richard, you got to see it. See, it's kind of like everybody talking about C.J. Stroud from Ohio State, the quarterback, for instance. Well, the book shows that the Ohio State quarterbacks ain't worth a dime. See, that stuff look good in the Big Ten, and you got all these great running backs who were great in college, but they get to the league. So I have to see it first before I make a judgment, Richard. They look good in college. That's what I say. They dominated in college. They were first team, second team, All-Americans. Everybody in the NFL was just about a first team, second team, All-American, all-conference, everybody in the NFL. So I believe it when I see it. That's all thing I'm going to say about it. All right, I'm done. I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Thanks for hanging. Y'all made the show as usual. I knew that if I ran the names off, I figured you guys would fill out the rest with your comments, and most certainly you did that. Overall, I say again, I think that remember my statements. My statements was when the season ended and leading up until free agency. I said when you're 12-5, the last 2 years, 24 games won, you're almost there. You don't need to break up a lot of stuff. You don't need to change a lot of stuff. You just need to add a few more pieces that will possibly get you over the hump. We did that. We got one in. I just wanted 1 or 2. I got 1. Gilmore. I need 1 more. And I'm saying right now, I don't care, I would like to balance it out with somebody on offense. But at the same time, I don't know if I would take it on defense. If I got my 2 dogs on defense, I'll take it. If you add me a Bobby Wagner to this team, I'm not doing it. No, exactly, Mike. I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. No. If you had me a Bobby Wagner with a Stephon Gilmore, oh my goodness. I'm gonna say right now, it'll be a shame if the Dallas Cowboys are not the number one defense in the league. By far. See, if you ain't gonna do it offensively, I saw the Baltimore Ravens win with Trent Dilfer as their quarterback. Not saying Trent was some slaw. This goes back when Ray won his first ring with Baltimore. They had a defense that didn't give up, I think, but 12 points a game, 13 in a whole season, 12 points. So you can win by, you got to have an all-world quarterback. You just got to be incredibly dominant on one side of the football. And I ain't talking special teams. I ain't counting that. If you going to be dominant, see, like everybody talk about the Rams, the greatest show on turf. See, they were dominant offensively. Falk, Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk, Terry Holt, Isaac Bruce, all these, the tight end was good. You don't hear nothing about their defense. Not saying their defense was trash. I mean, you got to play defense sooner or later. But I'm saying all the press went to the greatest show on turf. You know what I'm saying? It's rare when you get the New England team when they had Randy Moss on the team and your defense matched and was the number one defense in the league as well. They were number one on offense, number one on defense. And it don't guarantee you win the Super Bowl because they didn't win the Super Bowl. But it sure would get, you're going to win a lot of games. If you're not going to be dominant offensively, if you're talking about winning the Super Bowl, you need to be dominant defensively. I think the Cowboys are going to be dominant. And I'm not saying because I'm a Cowboy fan. It's just too obvious. It's just too obvious. When you added Stephon Gilmore to this, you took a big step up. You did. That's a big step. And I believe that the Cowboys are going to be dominant there. We got work to do on offense, and we need it. Because, see, we're going to need it because, see, a whole bunch of y'all are lining up your Dak Prescott hate already. I already feel it. And, and I'm the one that I always tell you now, if Dak ain't playing well, y'all know me. I'm going to say it like it is. I ain't no Dak apologist. If he playing like trash, I'm going to say he's playing like trash. I praised him for the Tampa Bay game when we beat Brady in the playoffs. I got up and said, that's the quarterback we need for the playoffs. And then the very next week, I came and said he played like trash. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm going to call it like I see it. But this defense, though, oh, my God. Oh, my. Y'all better get ready for this. Hopefully we can get a quarterback, an offensive line, a good running game that will give these guys some rest on defense so they can be effective. That's what we can't afford no 3 and outs and all that kind of no. So I think we're gonna be all right. Let's just keep it. Look, if y'all smart now, y'all begging for DeAndre Hopkins. Just be like me. Do this number right here. Just sit back, wait. Just sit back and wait. Sit back and wait. Don't get your blood pressure built up. Stop drinking so much. Just stop. Cowboys have had you messed up. Stop. Don't rush this thing. Just hold on. And then the other thing is, if you match up the usual, and I'm done when I say this, if you match up the usual with the Cowboys, one thing that we do know we do well, that's draft. And Will McClay, we almost about to call him to the stage. And Will McClay, most of us trust. So I'm expecting the Cowboys to do well in the draft like they always do. I think they've done pretty decent so far off season, and it's not over with yet. There's still some fish in the pond. There's still some fish in the pond. It's still some fish in the pond. There's some big fish in there too. And let's just see if we yank one of them out the water. Just hold tight. Just hold up a minute. We'll find out. I already told you. I got one. All I need is just one more guy. And then if I get my guy, one of them that I'm thinking about, man, if we get Bobby Wagner, I'm finna tell y'all, we can start saying these two words right here. I hope Eastside Harold's still here. If we get Bobby Wagner, we ain't got to wait. I'm saying Super Bowl from the start. I ain't say we winning it. I'm saying we can get off the NFC East conversation. You know, that's what we like to do. We gonna win the division. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I'm going all the way up to the top. You give me Bobby Wagner on this team. I'm starting off saying I don't see why this team can't go to Super Bowl. I don't see why. All right, I'm done. I appreciate y'all for hanging with me. Let's go ahead and do what we do. Let's go ahead and celebrate and get out of here. Go ahead and put your hands together right now. I need to see it. Come on, y'all. Y'all done hung with me this long. Come on, put your hands together. Give me the clap emojis going. We're getting ready to leave. I'll see you guys Monday. Am I right? I don't know. Just turn your notifications on. It'll be either Monday or Tuesday. Usually Monday is my day, but I got some stuff going on, and I don't know if I can 100% commit to that right now. But turn your notifications on. Come on, put your hands together. I'm waiting on y'all now. Y'all ain't. There you go. Miss Smith done it. That's all I need. If Miss Smith do it, I can get on out of here. Joe, appreciate you, Joe. There it is. Hand clap emojis, because y'all know what I'm about to do. Y'all know what I'm getting ready to play. Let's groove our way out of here. Until I see you next time, ladies and gentlemen, Podbean, hold on. Podbean, hold on. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and only, the Big Time Show.